Hi friends, welcome back to Mark's Speed Shop. This is the day, here it is. We finally made it to the point where I'm going to do some spraying on this truck. Now, I know she's a little preview, I know it's going to look a little rough because I didn't work on those clear coat spots like I could have, but we're just shooting a black primer with a little bit of black paint in it, see how that does, because this truck, not everything I do, not everything, but this truck, good enough is going to be good enough, okay? Because, I mean, it's looked like this long enough, and now we're going to get it all uniform, kind of a hot rod black look. Put the decals on the side, and like I said, it's going to be another episode because it's got to cure it before you can put decals on it. But anyway, we're going to get her together. So stick around, see what you think, see how it turns out, make some comments. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks for coming back. I hope you enjoy. All right, here's what I'm using. The Summit DTM Epoxy Primer, black of course. And you get the Epoxy Primer Catalyst. And then the paint, I got a little bit in a thing here. This is what I'm using here. So what was the label? The blue book there. But it's an old Omni-Coat black metallic. I mean, this stuff is old. This particular paint, particular can of paint, is probably, I don't know, 15 years old, maybe. Might even be more than that. That's what I used to use, Omni-Coat. It didn't come, how do I want to say this? These are like your regular paint colors, your color, not factory colors. If you wanted to match a factory color, you didn't use Omni-Coat because they didn't mix it. It was pre-mixed. It was sent, sent to you the way it is. Now, you could get Omni, which I have here. The Omni, they would mix for you, like your specific colors. But the Omni-Coat was just off the shelf, basically like a tractor paint. An enamel, straight enamel. If you went to Tractor Supply and bought their, whatever name brand that is, their tractor paint, it's the same thing. Doesn't last real good, but it went on smooth. Now this primer I've had for a couple of years, and I mean, it is gobby. So, I mean, look at the top. It was a clump on the top. So it's gonna take me a while to fool with this. I need one of those mixers, but I don't have one. So I'm gonna probably spend 20 or 30 minutes trying to get that smoothed out. It's a lot better than it was when I first opened it, but let me get this, get it all mixed up, and we'll get started. All right, well, I hadn't timed how long it took to mix this. You can see it's really thick anyway, which I know it is. I've sprayed this several times. It's really thick anyway, but I didn't think I was going to get it from that chunky stuff. I actually went and got this big screwdriver because that little wooden stick won't cut it. I even sat down here and used this screwdriver to break up that stuff. And now I finally gotten it. I mean, I've never seen it clumped up like, anything clumped up like any kind of paint. But I mean, it's thick, it's epoxy primer. So I have to reduce it some to shoot it through my gun. I really should designate a primer gun, but I don't. I have the same gun, so I don't shoot 2K primers. And the catalyst thins it out a little bit. See, it's almost like a reducer type thing. It's a catalyst activator, whatever. So I'll do this. and then reduce it a little bit so it'll spray better. All right, we're about ready. No more big clumps. Let me stir a little bit more. We're about ready to get started. All right, I got a little bit of reducer there. Let's see how this works out. Just trying to give it a quick once over, a little bit of reducer. Right, I'm ready to spray. I'm not going to be able to film all of this because I don't have a protective cover for my camera and I don't want to mess it up. Actually, I film all this on my phone right now, so I don't want to mess up the camera, the phone, whatever, with overspray. All right, but I am going to show you a little bit of me getting started so you get an idea. And then we'll come back time to time, okay? Here we go. Let's see what we're doing. First coat, it's looking rough across that hood, but the first coat always looking kind of rough. It's got to kind of soak in and settle and all that. Mighty dry looking. That's the way that primer is. Second coat ought to really cover up a lot of this. I'm hoping it should. But it's going to be, you know, you can be able to see some stuff won't be like this. But you'll be able to see a few little things. But it's going to be all right. What I think? It's going to be good enough. And look at them mirrors. Wait. Not too bad. Not too bad. Look, there got a little dent right there. Never saw it before. Gold was white. Yeah. Well, I knew he was going to be able to see a lot of this stuff. No matter what, you're going to be able to see that. It's just the way it is. I'm going to spend $2,000 worth of work hours to get this thing slick again. It's just a little shop truck. Most people call it a farm truck, but it's a shop truck. Just gonna be a little nice round truck. even rough looking, it's going to look better than blue and white and clear coming off and all this other stuff. So at least it'll be a uniform color. A good 20 footer, maybe. All right, let me mix up a little bit more. I used that whole thing I mixed up. So mix up a little bit more and we'll see if the next coat covers a little better. Just finished it. That might just be it. I don't think it's gonna need 3 coats. We'll let this flash dry for a while, and we'll see. It came out a whole lot better. You don't see through the. Turned it up. I wouldn't be surprised if I get a run somewhere because I turned the volume up and I slowed down. So, well, primer with a little bit of paint mixed in. She got a little sheen. Now she's gonna dry a little flatter than that. And she's a little spotchy here and there now. It'll settle out a little bit. I just hope it don't go as dull as it did the first time, but I put a whole lot more paint in this one. So, I'm hoping this will still keep a sheen to it a little bit better. That's the only thing with this Summit primer. It's a whole lot flatter. I don't really like that. I like the, when I used to get it mixed, it had more of a sheen to it. Let's just see how much this flattens out. I think 2 good coats are probably enough. Like I say, it's basically primer. I got plenty, I could do another coat. Let me let this dry a little bit and see. I think it ought to be enough. So I put that second coat on pretty heavy. Let's see how much she flattens out. All right, she's starting to dry. I think she's gonna be, it won't have that shine. I kind of like for it to, but it's not gonna. It's gonna, but it shouldn't be just dulled out completely. It's gonna be a little dull. It's gonna be, hopefully it's gonna be like Hot Rod Black. It should be. It's gonna be close enough. You know what I would say? Good enough is good enough. Because on this it is. I like the old truck. I liked it, you know, I liked the old truck. I liked it all right the way it was. I liked it blue, it was pretty. I had it slick and pretty at one time. Y'all see that in the intro if you watch that for a brief second when she was in here before. But this is gonna be all right. Of course, you gotta remember that was over 20 years ago. Probably close to 25 now, but anyway. It's gonna be just fine. What'd I say? It's gonna be good enough. Good enough for who it's for. Good enough for what I want to do with it. It's gonna look a whole lot more presentable anyway. We'll say a good 10-footer, but it might be a good 20-footer. But she's gonna be a whole lot better than it was, that's for sure. Especially once the dollar up a little bit. All right, let's check it out a day or two later. Well, here we are the next day. This is Thursday for me. Not bad. It's good enough. I was really hoping this hood would smooth out a little bit better than it did. You still see a lot of that little mess. I didn't sand it quite good enough. I didn't sand the whole thing quite good enough. It sanded where it'll stick, but I should have smoothed it out a little bit better from that old primer that was on it. And I probably could have put another coat on it, but I was kind of worn out. I think overall it'll be a good 20-footer. Like I say, you can still see a lot of these places, which I said that. I knew you would be. But what I wanted to do was get a uniform color on it, uniform black. It is the primer. So if I ever do want to do something different, I can. I can sand it. Yeah, she's still rough. I knew she would be. It's a rough old truck. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and untape it. Short of that, I could probably mix it up and put another coat on it. But I don't really want to do all that. Not right now. I think what I'm gonna do is untape it and see what it looks like. I know it's gonna be rough, but it's just a rough old shop truck's what I want it for. So, be a good 20-footer. And if I need to, I can always shoot some more paint on the hood. That wouldn't be too hard. Lay stuff over the fenders, or even take the hood off. I did all that by myself before. I could take it off and redo it. But I don't think I'm gonna worry about it. Not right now, anyway. So I think I'm gonna untape it. I might go ahead and see if it'll crank and back it outside. Although I don't know if I want to see it in the sunshine. But we'll see. Got it cranked, see it really up there. I need to call that. We'll let it run for a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and untape it. Yeah, it's rough looking. How many times in this video, last video, I said it was gonna be rough looking. But it's fine. So if we do a good 20-footer, it's gonna be the shop truck. Let's go ahead and do a little untaping. I ain't doing no more painting right now. Alright, do a little bit of this, and then get right back to it. Well, we got it untaped. Man, that untaping goes a whole lot faster than that taping up. Now, she's rough. How many times have I said that? Every little video clip, I've said it. She's rough, but I knew it was going to be that way. It's what I expected. And, hey, good enough. I wanted to get it uniform. I wanted to get it primed. I don't know how the paint worked. It seems to be okay if it holds this kind of sheen for a little bit longer. It's still drying a little dull, but man, that's some of it. Epoxy is good stuff, but it dries just flat like chalk, and I don't like that. I like to have a little sheen to it. So I don't know if this paint had any kind of reaction with that. I put a straight enamel, the most basic paint you can get, with a urethane epoxy. So I kind of figured it might be, not happy together, but I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I wouldn't want to mix it half and half because I didn't put any hardener in it. I just put the activator. But anyway, I think it's going to be good enough. And look, from this distance, not too bad. We're probably 20 feet away. So what I was shooting for, 20-footer. Not too bad. This angle's not too awful bad either. Worst part, I guess, is the hood, but it'll be okay. It'll suit, it'll do. I can always do something different with that if I want to. I might not, I might. Also, I want to get back from it a little bit, not just to get a good view, but because I got it running, I'm trying to get it warmed up, let it run a little bit. So let me take you around. All right, we'll start back here. Ooh, this is good. As good as it gets in the video. No, not quite. But, like I say, it is uniform, a little shop truck, and it's going to be good enough for what I'm going to use it. Good enough for who it's for. I went ahead and sprayed that back bumper. I might just leave it black. We'll see. I can always change that later. It don't look too bad black. So, not too bad. Too bad. Now I'm going to do the wheels. Now, it looks terrible bad white, but they're rusting a little bit, so I need to get them off there and chip out that little paint, a little bit of rust, and spray them. Now, I've got some silver automotive paint that would hold up good. I don't know if the wheels should look better than the truck, so I might just use the rattle can I got. And not too bad. I mean, it's fine. What I was expecting, the doors are pretty slick, so I'm going to put the emblems, which that'll pull your eye away from a lot of this other junk too. But good stuff on it. Really, I mean, it's rough in the spots, but the worst part is the hood. I hate that. I wish I'd at least put another coat on the hood. Got a little bit of overspray on my decal. We're not scrape out the bottom. Put one of the other ones on there, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the lenses back in. Not done with the grill. I actually haven't done anything with it other than take it off. Even the mirrors turned out okay. Didn't even realize it had a dent here and here because that flat white that was on it. And I think it'll be all right. This quarter's probably the worst as far as its shape. Come over here, take a look. I was thinking this one didn't have the grill in it. Parts truck. The grill's in the back. A little rough. I don't know, I think it's a little broken, but I'll dig it out and look at it. It might be in better shape than the other one. We'll take a look at it and see. Well, she idled down. I thought it was going to cut off. Seems to be running all right now. That's what it needs. It needs some running. Not too bad, though. Decent driving. Everything I got does. I got to put that other brake line on. I'm going to try to get that in this video, too, but we'll have to see how that goes. At least it ain't splotchy blue and white anymore. That's splotchy black all over. I got them holes in it from that stainless kind of aluminum piece, which I didn't like. I like the Ford letters. Back end looks about the best. Alright, see if we can get a little bit more done. Alright, she ain't happy. Don't really want to run. Might definitely, I need to take keys out. I want to get it back in here and get it over that way a little bit more so I can pull this wheel off and do that brake line. So hopefully we'll be getting that pretty soon. But there she is for now. Alright, that's going to wrap up this video on shooting the truck black. Alright, now, is she slick and smooth? No, okay? But, like I say, it's good enough, okay? Because I wanted to just get it uniform, get it one color, and have it a little more presentable as the shop truck, okay? And there we go. We've accomplished it. Every little bit you do gets you one step closer to finishing your project, finishing your goal, getting to your goal, whatever it is. You fill in the blank. But here it is. It's still curing. It's still a little soft because I put that paint in the primer and I had to reduce it down, and that takes it a little longer to cure. But it's okay. It'll be in here for a little while. I still got to work on the wheels and do a grill. Okay? So we'll get all that worked out. You come back next time and we'll get all that figured out. And I still need to put this brake line on this side. And I'm hoping that'll take care of the brake problem. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Just hit that little button and you'll subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And you come back next time and I'll be here, good Lord willing, and I'll see you at the shop. And remember, subscribe. Thanks.